I mean, Sajith Premadasa was offered, a role in the government by Ranil Wickremesinghe. Do you think that he should have taken that?
No. I don't think so. It was not the Sajith Premadasa's decision alone. It was a common decision.
When you see the diplomats coming up and speaking, they're all saying that, we are going to support this government, we are going to support Ranil Wickremesinghe.
We have seen.
The US ambassador has said that very openly. A few others are saying that as well.
The Indian High Commissioner said that.
The Indian High Commissioner is saying
that. I can add. Australians, Canadians, and UN chiefs are telling that. Fine, but nothing is coming much.
TPA had meetings or sought to have meetings with the president to try and work with him to address some of the issues faced by their state community, the Tamils in Colombo.
Yes. We have spoken to him. We are speaking to him. There's no issue about it. President wanted us to join the. Generally, he wanted to extend an invitation to all of our parties, including TPA, to join the national government. That we can do. But there is National Council and other apparatuses. So we are part of such apparatuses. Now see, in Parliament of Sri Lanka, I know there are rogues, there are thieves, there are murderers.
Hello and welcome to another episode of On Fire here on Daily Mirror. I'm Easwaran Rutnam. My guest today is the leader of the Tamil Progressive Alliance and a member of the Samagi Jana Balawegaya, Mr. Mano Ganesan. Mr. Ganesan, welcome to the program.
Yes, I'm ready for the fire. Tell me. Yeah.
So what is the, not just the TPA, since you're part of the SJB, what is the SJB up to these days as the main opposition?
Well, we are the opposition, the main opposition, as you said. Yes. We are ready to take up the government soon.
But can you?
Obviously, we are ready. We're ready also. Don't worry about it.
But then Sajith Premadasa was offered, a role in the government by Ranil Wickremesinghe. Do you think that he should have taken that?
No. I don't think so. It was not the Sajith Premadasa's decision alone. It was a common decision of the SJB Alliance, Samagi Jana Balawegaya Alliance. That is part of us also. We all took the same position.
But there were a few who were opposed to it.
Well, maybe that is what you call democracy, no? That is what you call democracy, obviously. But the most of us wanted to stay away because it was not the time to take up.
But couldn't you have done more if you were part of the administration?
No. Ranil Wickremesinghe, the current president, had been our prime minister, had been our alliance leader for a long time. I am very much with him. No issue about it. But again, he came to this 9th parliament as a loner. One single man, a single MP. So that he cannot be compared with Sajith Premadasa. Sajith Premadasa with 60 plus MPs. So that's why we call him the prime opposition party and also the opposition leader. Ranil it was not the opposition leader. He was not the opposition leader. Therefore, the reception Ranil Wickremesinghe received from the SLPP MPs wouldn't have come to Sajith. We know that. We are not kids.
What is your take on the current situation now? What Ranil has done so far? Do you think that he has shown some progress?
I am happy. I can't just simply blame here. Come here and blame here. I can't play politics. But anyway, it's just the beginning. So there is a lot more to do, lot more to come, lot more to happen. So let us wait for that. But anyway, currently, the national and international communities, Sri Lankan community as well as the Sri Lankan communities which of the countries who are upon to be our development partners need to have confidence in the state of Sri Lanka and then again the government of Sri Lanka. It is not there. I can say. With all the response, I can say it is not there.
But they are giving financial assistance.
No. Nobody is giving much. There is only talk, not much. They are giving small assistance, small grants.
But
fine.
when you see the diplomats coming up and speaking, they're all saying that we are going to support this government. We are going to support Ranil Wickremesinghe.
We have seen.
The US ambassador has said that very openly. A few others are saying that as well.
Indian High Commissioner said that.
The Indian High Commissioner
I can add. Australians, Canadians, and UN chiefs are telling that. Fine, but nothing is coming much.
Yeah.
I understand, because they need to have the confidence. Forget about the foreigners. Forget about the international community. Look at the local communities.
Yeah.
Our own Sri Lankans who are working outside the country, the diaspora, the single diaspora, Tamil diaspora, Muslim diaspora, or other migrant workers are not sending their earnings to Sri Lanka as it was happening earlier, because the confidence issue. Because this parliament, because we are a democracy, don't forget about it. We are a democracy. Parliament is democracy. Parliament is the higher supreme body, supreme public body, representative body. So that parliament does not reflect the mood prevailing outside the country. It is not so. The mandate is over. The presidency mandate was over. Gotabaya mandate was over. That's why he went away. And similarly, parliament mandate is over, but the parliament is refusing to go. Should go. We seek a new mandate.
So do you think that Sajith Premadasa can win the support of the international community and the diaspora?
Yes. First of all, we will win the confidence of the people in this country. Let them have the election. We'll do that. We show it. Obviously.
But what differently can he do? What can Sajith do different than others?
First of all, we are honest.
Yeah.
We will be honest with the people. We'll take up the challenges, and then we'll be dedicated, and we will bring the Sri Lanka into one single entity, ethnically, politically, culturally, economically. Don't worry about it. We have our plans. Yes.
What sort of plans do you have for the estate sector? Because that seems to be one issue that has been dragging for quite a long time. Yeah. What sort of plans?
Right now, I am coming to this station here, the studio here, from number 30, the Opposition Leaders Officer Office. Sajith was there, I was there, and Tisha Tanaka was there. We were meeting the representative of the tea smallholders associations. They were giving us lots of complaints about it. Tea could have tea production has gone down, export has come down because of this fertilizer issue. Yeah. Fertilizer issue for the paddy has been spoken very much, but paddy, out of that we eat. We eat rice. Rice is coming out of paddy. Fine, that's fine. But tea brings us US dollars, the forex. But it has been just left out. Though government speaks about the fertilizer availability to the tea production, tea estates, it is not happening so. You say, even they say they priced it is at 20,000 rupees. Even at 20,000 rupees, it is not available. This is what told me right now, about 5 minutes before, by the president of the Smallholders Association. Fine.
So you would ensure that the fertilizer issue is resolved and that the...
Resolved, yes. And also 76% of the land mass is owned or occupied, not owned. Nobody owns land. Land is owned by the government, state. Yeah. The state owns the land because they are on the long lease. But 75% of the land mass is occupied by the so-called large company, regional plantation companies. Whereas 24% of land mass is occupied. They own or long lease owned by the smallholders. But whereas in case of revenue, 75% of the revenue, tea revenue, export revenue, comes out of the smallholders. The RPC companies bring on 25% of the 1/4 of the total revenue. What does it mean? Because the companies are mismanaged. There is a lot of corruption too, I believe. I accuse totally.
In the RPCs?
Generally. RPCs. There is corruption. There is mismanagement, there is wastage, there is unnecessary total overhead expenditures. So to cut down all these things, we must reconstruct, bring reform to the tea industry, the biggest traditional export earning industry of Sri Lanka, and make it, this RPC company should be torn down and brought into the total industry should brought into a smallholders management.
There is another issue about the 1,000 rupee wage that these estate workers have still not been given that despite so many assurances. Would
1,000 rupees gone now. 1,000 rupees no more relevant now. If we give it to if we go talk about it, they need at least 4,000 rupees today. Per day for their labor, but beyond that, but we are thinking beyond that. We wanted to make them as also partners in this smallholders reform plan we have. So that's what we're going to help them, because unless and until they are transformed into a slavery laborers. From that position to land owning people who would receive land by long lease and be a smallholders and do their productions and sell the products to the factories or the big companies and earn their own money. That's how they also develop. The country also develops. Why?
What does Sajith Premadasa see the national issue, the issue faced by the Tamils in the north and east, especially? As a priority? Is that something that he will address if he comes to power, or is that's the second step or third step?
No, I have a clear answer for that, because now Sajith is for 13 plus. I don't say 13 plus, 13. He is for 13, neither 13 minus. When I say 13 plus, I said neither 13 plus, no 13 minus. It is for 13. Is there? He will stand by that.
For devolution of power.
Yes, devolution of power. That is part of our constitution. So that is there. And also he stands by us with the current proportionate electoral system. That is very important to the minorities and minor parties too. Not only minorities, minor parties too. So those two are very important to us. He stands by that, two positions, yes.
And how does he see Sri Lanka's foreign policy? Because there are rifts in the countries as well about whether we need to be siding with India. Others feel that we need to be siding with China. How does
India and China are not equal to us. India is part of our family. We're just about backyard of India. We are very close to India. But China is far away. But China should also be treated as a close relative. So we can't play China card to India, India card to China anymore. So that Sajith very well understands. So therefore, now we have our own interest areas, own trade and economical relationships and other political reflections with China. Similarly, same thing we have with India. But India had been our traditional, historical, close family member, and which had always handy to us. Even in the recent crisis also, India has helped us with not less than $4 billion assistance through the credit line. So we are happy with India. So it doesn't mean, so as your question says, that either whether it is with India or China, we don't. Sajith's policies or SJB future government's policies would not play between China and India. We don't know that. So it could be a win-win situation. Win for India, win for China, win for Sri Lanka. Wait and see. It will be the policy of the SJB government in respect of these two major nations of Asia.
So are you all, you give the impression that you said as well that you are preparing for an election, you're setting the stage.
Yes.
What sort of immediate steps are you taking with regards to an election? Are you all strengthening grassroots level as well?
Yes, strengthening. SJB Alliance, the main party of the SJB Alliance is SJB, headed by Sajith Premadasa himself. Then he goes all over the country and establishes his electorate organizations, networks and district or networks. He does it. He's working 24 hours a day. He does it. Fine. And then again, within the alliance, our parties, like Tamil Progressive Alliance and Sri Lanka Muslim Congress and All Ceylon Makkal Congress and other parties, we are doing on our own style also. So only 2 weeks before, we were at Nurali district. That's our heartland. Yes. We opened our new headquarters there. So we are working on our own.
And we saw Jeevan Thondaman coming and attending one of your events as well.
It was a gesture. We invited him.
So is the SJB also looking at opening up not just for events but for the alliance as well, inviting more political parties to join in?
Yes, obviously. But anyway, Jeevan Thondaman was there as our guest, not SJB's guest, our guest, TPA's guest. TPA. Because since he represents the Ilkandi Tamils, so we thought for him to be there. That's all. It is not so sign of any political alliance, because just people, political leaders getting together, meeting together, doesn't always be a kind of a political alliance or electoral alliance. It is not so. It may not, but it is. We did speak about such.
But has the TPA had meetings or sought to have meetings with the president to try and work with him to address some of the issues faced by their state community, the Tamils in Colombo?
Yes. We have spoken to him. We are speaking to him. There's no issue about it. President wanted us to join the. Generally, he wanted to extend an invitation to all of our parties, including TPA, to join the national government. That we can do. But there is national council and other apparatuses. So we are part of such apparatuses, working with him, because the president is not a stranger to us.
Yeah.
He had been there always around the corner. So, or else I was around the corner with him always. And when he was leading the opposition party, opposition leader of government in the Parliament of Sri Lanka, I was there all alone with him. So therefore it's fine. But we have met him. We have as a team we have met him very much. I have personally met him very much. At his call, or if I wanted to talk to him, I make an appointment and go and meet him. There's no issue about it. And every time we have spoken about our issues, the issues of the Ilkandi Tamils, and within which the Colombo Tamils, whom I represent. Obviously, he is elected also. Anyway, though he went into Parliament as a nationalist MP. But again, the total Tamil issues and the ethnic issue, national issue, all we speak.
What's his reception to the whole Tamil issue?
It's good. It's fine. He said he'll address those issues. Recently, also I met him during the Deepavali festivity day, and it was a official Deepavali event at the President's Secretariat. I was invited. I went there. So when I went there, I was the only opposition MP present there. But anyway, fine. So I sat with him and spoke to him. I spoke everything other than Deepavali.
Why did you speak? What were the key issues that you raised?
Well, but that time he proudly announced that by that time he had released some Tamil political prisoners who had been there for years, held for long years. Yeah. So he released. I said yes, fine. I thanked him. I appreciated him. Then I said it is a confidence-building measure. I honestly told him, and also I requested him. There are another about 50 odd prisoners remaining there. Long-held Tamil prisoners under PTA. There had been people who have been arrested under PTA during the Easter Sunday bombing, and also recently the Aragalaya. So, but I am talking about the long-held Tamil prisoners who had been there for 5 to 20 years. So everybody, my Prime Minister was there. Other ministers, Mano Ganesan, Douglas Devananda, former Minister Sagar Ratnaka were there. All agreed with me, because these Tamil prisoners, long-held prisoners, issue should be handled separately, he said. So they all agreed. So I requested him. The next festival is Pongal, and I requested him to be released. He generally agreed. I think he will release them, because I said now there was a time in the country, the south, when the PTA Tamil prisoners are supposed to be released. Such discussion goes on. Their kind of opposition comes up in south, the Sinhalese community for various reasons, political reasons. But right now that has gone down. The Sinhala mindset is very much in agreement. They feel that these prisoners who had been there, long-held prisoners, should be released. So I told that I brought that the notice of the president, and obviously, to be honest, whereby the Prime Minister, he himself told to the president. So I hope those remaining prisoners would be released. And also about the Ilkandi Tamils issues, special issues, unique issues, I discussed with him. And also by that time the house to house, police are going house to house in Colombo city and getting information from personal information of the household information from the people here. Mostly they are doing in areas where Tamils live in Colombo, like the Velavada police area, Kotena police area, Mambalapeta police area, Devar police area and all. So I bought the notice of the president, but this had come long before. I mean, some long means about 1 month before. I had bought the notice, immediately notice of the president and the minister, subject minister and others also. But it has gone down. But again, lately, they are again doing that. I bought the notice of the president.
So this issue of Tamils being harassed is still continuing over and over again.
Yes.
So what, I mean, is there scope for?
I don't know, because no. But what I say is the police legislation has room for that. Police can go to any every household, get the obtain information of the people who live in the every homes and collect the information. There is no problem in that. Legally they are okay. Yeah. But this is peace time, so there should be a moratorium applied to such activities. So I asked, what is the need for now? This is peace time. Even the Prime Minister and the Douglas Evan and the Minister who present there at the Deepavali event also agreed with me. So President immediately assured me that he will talk to the IGP and stop it. So fine, that is, Colombo is my electorate.
Yeah. I mean, Colombo people are also, not just Colombo people, but everybody in Sri Lanka are raising strong objections to the PTA as well.
Yeah.
I mean, is the SJB looking at, or is the TPA at least looking at, supporting cause and pushing?
No, this is what now, Easwaran, now, look at, now, PTA is a anti-terror legislation, peace. In all the countries, all the democratic countries or developed countries, even the West or the India or anywhere, such legislation is there under different formations. It's there. So it is very difficult to demand for a total repeal of the PTA. I don't believe so. But I want that there should be a moratorium. Brought in. So the usage of PTA should be decided by a kind of a commission or council of high-ups in the judiciary as well as police and state and parliamentary representation. So we should decide. Police cannot be allowed to arrest people on ad hoc basis under PTA. That is not correct. So we must see solutions, such practical solutions. I mean, generally demanding repeal the PTA. Nobody will repeal PTA. I am telling you, they will replace PTA with another legislation. That is what is happening right now. That has happened in India. That has happened in America, everywhere. So we must seek. Now even tomorrow Sajid comes to power. We are going to come back anyway. So we are going to come back anyway. Come again. But anyway, that time also this issue may come up. So, so any legitimate government should look after the other side of the law also. So, but therefore, you must have a kind of a commission, a council, where, as I said, with eminent people, experts, impartial people, bodies. So, with parliament participation also, and they decide how the PTA such should be used. Until then, there should be a moratorium.
Yeah, there has this other issue that has been brought up quite often is the issue on accountability.
Yeah.
Be it related to the war, now of course the economic crisis, and some term it as economic crimes.
Yeah.
I mean, how does the TPA and maybe even the SJB see, the whole accountability issue? What would you all do if you all come to power?
Accountability is very important. Don't you think so? Very important, whether it is economic or war or otherwise. Because right now in the country, we have no war. We have about it. But the way the war was conducted was not satisfactory to us. Because for TPA, we have our own complaints. But anyway, war is over now. It is fine. But again, the people who suffered in the war have their own complaints. So the complaints should be addressed. So that complaints are, I don't think so, totally, they are not totally against only against the government of Sri Lanka or Sri Lanka Army. Even LTT has been accused. Even international community accused LTT also. The other side of the war, the other part of the war.
Yeah.
So LTT was accused, and Sri Lanka Army elements also accused. Government of Sri Lanka was accused. So these accusations should be investigated. So it doesn't mean if some members of the Sri Lanka Army had involved themselves in activities that could be described as war crimes, doesn't mean the whole of Sri Lankan army could be described as war criminal. It can't happen so. Say for example, every government in the world has soldiers, army, navy, air force. So they take part in activities in local and sometimes internationally also. So India, Indian IPKF came to Sri Lanka. There's plenty of accusations against Indian IPKF also. And Americans go to Middle East and elsewhere. The accusation against them also. It doesn't mean whole of Indian army is criminals. Whole of American soldiers are criminals. Similarly, all of Sri Lankan army cannot be criminals. So we can't blindly trying to reject and those accusations as falsehood. It is not so.
But Sarath Fonseca was the army commander and he is now a member of the SJB.
Yeah.
Isn't there a bigger role that he can be playing, or can't you or the TPA or the SJB pushing
Yes, he will play. Sarath Fonseca will play because I heard Sarath Fonseca talking boldly in Parliament. I'm happy about it. He said he referred to that the criminal was accused and sentenced in the court of law, Sri Lanka, the Ratnayaka, who had gone, Sri Lanka army soldier, who had gone into a village and massacred a family, including small children. And he was marshalled in court-martialed, and then again in the civil court he was accused, and he was Sri Lankan Attorney General charged him, and then he was sentenced. He was serving his term. Then when Gotabaya Rajapaksa came into power, the first act he did was he pardoned him. It's very bad. So Sarath Fonseca referred to that incident. He said, yes, that is wrong. I'm glad about it. That doesn't mean that we is accusing neither Sarath Fonseca nor myself accusing the whole of Sri Lankan army. It is not so. So only if you identify culprits and punish them, then only you are doing good to the army. You're clearing the name of the army. Now see, in Parliament of Sri Lanka, I know there are rogues, there are thieves, there are murderers who accused murderers. I say. In Parliament, you see, people who have been charge-sheeted, people who have been sentenced, have been members of Parliament of Sri Lanka. So that doesn't mean that I was a member of Parliament, no. Doesn't mean I'm not a murderer, I'm not a thief.
But a lot of people are asking for all 225 members of Parliament to be sent home as well.
That is people who brought Mahinda Rajapaksa family into power. When people, all of country raised against him and accused them and told them to go away, those savoury people try to balance Rajapaksas and try to bring all 225 into the scene, and therefore they said it is not Rajapaksas. The focus was not only on Rajapaksa, made the focus also on the other 225. That is a tantrum they did it.
Do you see an attempt being made right now by the Rajapakshas or the SLPP to use Ranil Wickremesinghe and to come back to power?
I don't think so. Ranil Wickremesinghe is a clever leader. I don't think so. I have my respects for him. I know his negative areas also. I know his positive areas also. I don't think anybody can use Ranil Wickremesinghe that easily. It's not so. Because you see, this generally accusation was that Ranil Wickremesinghe came forward and took charge of the government to safeguard Rajapaksa. It is not so. You also raised a question, why couldn't Sajid do? I explained to you why Sajid could not do, because Sajid is not Ranil, Ranil is not Sajid. But Ranil also, when he came in the Parliament, came a loner, and when he took up the office of Prime Ministership, he got the then Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa away from the post. He sent away and came and sat there in his post. Then again, what did he say? He said not to touch the Aragalaya. Fine. He said not to touch the Aragalaya. That was his condition. Then he allowed Aragalaya to do the protests against, as usual, against the president. The president went away. He became the president. That means what does it mean? He got the president away, Gotabaya away, he got the Mahinda Rajapaksa away. The same time, even before the 22nd Amendment came into piece of legislation, it was passed, he got President Rajapaksa away from the Parliament. So that means Ranil Wickremesinghe has taken on the office now, sending all three brothers, Rajapaksa brothers, away. No Rajapaksas in the cabinet also. So do you think he's protecting Rajapaksas? He's not protecting Rajapaksas. He's strengthening his own party. Now I think he will pick up the good, right, talented people from SLPP, parliamentary man, and make them UNPS.
If you are invited to rejoin the UNP or to join the UNP,
I have never been a UNP member.
No, would you? I mean, not rejoin. If you are invited to join the UNP,
no, I think I'm in the right place.
You're happy with the SJB?
I'm happy with the SJB, and I will see whether I can bring SJB and UNP together in a big grand alliance. Then I'll be there. Maybe Mano Ganesan will do that. Don't worry.
Right, so we'll have to leave it at that. Thank you, Mr. Ganesan, for joining us on this program today.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
And that's all the time we have for you for On Fire for this week. Till next time, stay safe.